It's time for the one and the only show. It's the Luke Howard Show. So please welcome Luke Howard. Well, thank you very much. Hello. Morning, everybody. Morning. Hope everyone is well, of course, and of course are looking forward to today's show. Now, would you believe it? 10:10. I'm very sorry about the little lateness today. I've had a few issues going on today behind the scenes. For some reason, I'll tell you what it was. My memory fell out of this iPad, of this recording thing. So I've had to start a bit later because of that today. And I had to sort it all out and everything. So I do apologise. I quite like it. 10:10 a.m. It sounds a bit late today, but it doesn't matter. Because tomorrow we'll be back to normal, of course, at our usual time of 10. Remember, if our show is recorded or is going live and there's anything happening, it will still go on around about that time. So, like what we've just done just now, we've gone on at 10:10, which is quite a lovely time to go on. I quite like it. It's quite a nice little time. But I prefer it at 10 a.m. because I'm more organised at that time, of course. But I am this time as well. And, yeah. So, got lots of stuff to talk about on today's show. I'm going to leave you until just before 11 today. I'll be here just until just before 11. So, just after 10:55-ish, I think. Am I right? 20... Yeah, about 11. I'll be with you just before 11 today, so as that, okay? So, yes, that's what we're going to be doing today. So, we've got lots of stuff to talk about, as I just said. Lots of stuff to cover. Now, there's other stuff in news that I wanted to talk about as well on the show. I mean, we have actually, sorry, oh my god, I was coughing there because I had my breakfast this morning and it just got out the thing and I talk too much, that's why. Yeah, there's stuff in news that I want to talk about. And we have spoken about this on the show, but I think this is it's a bit of a different way, in a more of a different way. Okay, it's more of a different way. And it's about face masks and stuff and all that, and wearing them in shops and what it's actually like. I mean, I'm not being funny, but yesterday, yes it was, I put a face mask on for the first time. Never wore one in my life. Had my hair cut done in my garden yesterday. My mate came over and did it, a distancing haircut. I call it a distancing haircut. And I call it distancing haircut. And she came round and I had to wear a mask. And it's the first time that I've actually worn one. Okay, I've never actually worn a mask before, but this was actually the first ever time I actually wore one. And I'm never ever wearing one again. I wore it for the first time yesterday, never will wear it again. I'm sorry, I mean, it made all my face swelter up, and it wasn't great at all, okay, and it just made me feel uncomfortable, and it just didn't make me feel great in a way, okay, so when I finally took it off, and I was trying to speak to my hairdresser, because I like to chat to my hairdresser while she's doing my hair, but then it kept on falling off, and my mask kept on falling down, so I had to put it back up again. So it's quite hard, isn't it? It's very, very hard to actually wear one. I think it's very hard, okay? And I'm not going to wear one again. And come, okay, so the government has now said then, okay, let's move on there, because the government has now said, from next Friday, which is the 24th of July, that we've all got to wear one wherever we go. That means that I'm not going to be going out as much as I would have done now. So that's why today, tomorrow, Friday, whatever, so on, I'm going to go out as much as I can before the government says that you have to wear one. So from next Friday, everyone, wherever you go, whether it's in a shop, whether it's in on the streets or a supermarket, Tesco's, Waitrose, Sainsbury's, Co-op, wherever, you have to wear one. So the government have now said that we've all got to wear a mask wherever we go. About time, to be honest with you. It's about time, because they did it a couple of months. They should have done it to start with, okay? But I'm not going to wear one. I'm not going to wear one at all. I'm not going to be going out as much from next Friday after all after they say wear the mask and everything. But I'm fine. I'm all right. But the government have said, you know, that we've got to wear one, and I don't really want to wear one because I find it very, very like hard, as I just mentioned on this show just now. I find it hard because it swelters all around my face. It's very sweaty. My sister, as I said the other day, she's a full-time hairdresser, and she came back on her first day back, and she said, Oh my God. I put my face mask on this morning at 8:30, didn't take it off till 6 o'clock tonight. Oh my God. And then last Thursday, she wore a face mask from 8:30 in the morning to 7:30 at night. But what she's done is now, she's had her own little, she's a full-time hairdresser, and she had bits and bobs. So in the morning, she'd wear a mask in the morning, and then in the afternoon, she'd wear a visor in the afternoon to the evening. I find it very hard. If anyone out here is listening now and is going to a shop today and they're going to be wearing a face mask, I envy you. So good luck to you if you're going to be wearing a face mask, because when I last wore one, I just, but they're saying that if the police find you find you not wearing a face mask, then they'll charge you £100 fine. Now I'm not that rich, okay? I'm not rich at all, and I wouldn't afford £100 to pay a fine for not wearing a mask. So I've decided that from next Friday I'm not going to be going out very much, because you have to wear a mask, and I don't really want to wear one. And it's the same if you're in an enclosed area, in like a gift shop or any shop you go in, you have to wear one. From next Friday, everyone's got to wear one. And I found that very, very hard. And I'm sure you do out there as well, dear listener, because I do. I do find it very hard. I don't know how you lot cope with wearing a mask. I mean, I'm sorry, it is very hard. Right, so let's get to this then, because after days of confusion and mixed messages, Boris Johnson has finally caved into the pressure from medical experts to order people to wear face masks while shopping. Everyone's got to wear one, okay, as I just said 5 times. Now, and those who refuse face fines of up to £100 by police, under regulations to set out by the Health Secretary Matt Hancock, which was the other day, and they will come into force on July the 24th, next Friday, in a bid to avoid a deadly second wave to COVID-19. So, the reason why they're doing this, okay, the reason why they're doing it is because everyone's going to be going out. People are going to be going on holidays, people are going to be going out, and the more people that go out, everyone mixes in and chats and everything, and that is why everyone has got to wear one. Because everyone's going out, everyone's mixing, everyone's chatting, and that's why, basically. That's why everyone has got to wear these masks. So London Mayor Sadiq Khan, and I saw this yesterday because he was speaking on Good Morning Britain yesterday morning, and he said he hasn't spoken to the Prime Minister since the 10th of May. And that was months ago, okay? Months ago. It seems like months ago. I know it was only 2 months ago, but it seems like a very long time for the Mayor of London not to speak to the Prime Minister of our country. Don't people find that very strange? Because I do. I mean, 2 months of not speaking to the Prime Minister. I mean, Sadiq Khan's not wearing a face mask. I mean, he's like me. He's exactly like me, he is. But he also said we can't afford to wait another day, and the government should bring this policy in immediately further delay and risk lives. Shadow Health Secretary Jonathan Ashworth has added that the government has been slow and muddled again over face coverings, given its guidance issued on the 11th of May, advised in favour of face masks. Many will ask why it'll take another 11 days before these new guidelines come in. Number 10 has also said earlier that this is growing evidence wearing a face covering in an enclosed space, of course, as I mentioned the other day, and it also helps to protect individuals, and it also protects other people, elderly, young, vulnerable, of course. But they're also saying that the vulnerable, like the disabled, I'm okay. I've got to admit, I'm autistic, okay, and I have mentioned this on the show many, many times, and I don't have to wear one. I mean, that's why I don't have to wear one. But I finally said that. Okay, I finally said I haven't got to wear one. So people should be wearing them in shops, and we will. They will also make them mandatory from the July the 24th. Boris Johnson, who wore a mask during a visit to the London Ambulance Service HQ the other day, he added face coverings. He said, "I think people should be wearing them in shops, and we will be looking into this the next few days." And of course, they have looked into it. And they are going to do it. They are going to do it. And they will still be looking at the next few days before exactly what tools of enforcement think we want to make. Wow, okay, good luck to him. So what are the rules? Good old Boris. So what are the rules at the moment then? So people must wear face coverings in hospitals in England. Of course you should. Everyone who goes into a hospital, if it's hospital, airport, plane, anything to do with them sort of stuff, you should be wearing one. Okay, you should be wearing one, whether if it's a plane, airport. I mean, our cousins, right? They're nuts. They're going away next week, okay, to Turkey. Right? They spoke to us the other day. 4.5 hours they have to wear a face mask for. 4.5 hours. But it's cheap. The holidays are cheap. It's cheap on the holidays at the moment. It's really cheap. No, because look, where you go at the moment, it's obviously going to be cheap. But the only thing you got to do is wear a face mask in the airport, on the plane, around the pool. So if you are going away this summer, if you are going somewhere abroad, do wear a face mask. Wherever you go, as I just said, or by the pool, you have to wear one. But I think when you're actually sunbathing, you might not have to wear one. I'm sure you have to wear one on the beach. But if you're in the sea, or if you're sunbathing, I'm sure you don't really have to wear one at all. And I'm sure that is right, and I must be right there. So the advice has made it clear that the public should wear clothed face coverings. I mean, face masks are just like piece of paper over your face sort of thing. I couldn't breathe. There was all like, my breath was going all over my glasses. Couldn't see a thing. The first minute I started breathing in it, the whole lot came all condensation came misting up all over my glasses. God, it was awful. Oh, I couldn't. How can people wear them? I'm sorry. How can people wear them? I mean, the other thing that gets to me is they're saying in supermarkets you have to wear them, but not in a pub. Very, very odd to wear them in shops, but not in pubs. Very hard. Very, very hard. So it is a question now then. What about the pub? Well, pub goers are not required to wear the face mask. Oh, okay. So I mean, I was chatting to a friend yesterday, for social distancing, of course, about this. It's just terrible. I mean, they're saying that they have to wear them in shops now, which is good. Finally, about time. But they're saying you haven't got to wear them in a pub. Well, maybe if you're sitting outside, it might be okay. But if you're sitting indoors, I mean, I walked past a pub yesterday, and it was packed with people, right? Packed with people. I must have walked past about 3 pubs, and they were all packed. 3 pubs. Local pubs. 3 of them. They were all packed. And I'm sorry, there were people in there, chatting and that, but they weren't wearing face coverings. I think there was only one old bloke who was wearing one. But how could you wear a face mask when you're trying to drink a pint of beer? Makes you laugh, really, doesn't it? But visitors are asked to give their names and contact details. I mean, the other day I walked into a pub to ask to use their lavatory, their toilet, and I told you, I think I said this on the show, they told me to leave my name and number, only for me using the facilities, of course, because I am the facilities manager, of course, at the Cheese Plate in Buntingford. Not at the moment, though. But what are they doing in other countries then? Because more than 120 countries have made it compulsory to wear face masks in public. And this was ranging from Germany and France to South Korea. In Scotland, it is majority to wear face coverings on public transport and in shops. Really? Well, never. So what do the scientists say then? Because I've got a little thing here about scientists now, because the World Health Organization has advised the public to start wearing masks in June. June? Well, they should have worn them back then to prevent the virus being spread, although infectious droplets. But some experts, what do they know? Experts know nothing, of course. But they all think face masks do give people a false sense of security and must not replace other measures such as social distancing. Right, okay. I'm not going to talk about this anymore. Okay, I want to move on because I want to talk about offices about this, okay? Let's talk about offices. Because that is it. They're saying people in shops should wear them, but people in offices, who work in offices, shouldn't wear them. There are no plans to make face coverings majority for office workers in England. Matt Hancock has told BBC Breakfast that people who are working in offices will not need to cover up, despite a newspaper report suggesting that they would have to. If this is something that they'd looked at and rejected, he also said that he added masks would be worn elsewhere by the public for the foreseeable future. Why don't they just say everywhere's got to wear them then? I mean, they're saying people in shops have got to wear them. People in offices haven't got to wear them. People in pubs haven't got to wear them. What? Come on! What are you saying? Now, Mr. Hancock said coverings help prevent spread during brief encounters with strangers, but that social distancing and hand washing are more effective for contact with people and over long periods of time. There is a difference between visiting a shop for a few minutes, like I do, and working alongside colleagues at a desk for several hours, 9 till 6, for instance, 9 in the morning till 6 at night. That is a long day, and they're not wearing face masks, are they? The same logic appeals to schools. Of course, schools. Schools. Why not recommending masks for schools?